land of Princess Sunshine, who had been asleep for years, there was an evil black fairy. This black fairy was living in her dark castle with her only friend, the bat Blackie. One day, when the black fairy looked at her magical ring, she saw that the sleeping beauty Sunshine was awakened by a brave prince. The black fairy was so enraged that she was surrounded by green flames.
Calm down, black fairy. This is not the time to act in anger.
I'll make Sunshine regret opening her eyes. On the other hand, the prince gifted Sunshine a white horse. This unicorn, which they named Luna, also had magical wings. The princess immediately got on Luna's back and started flying in the sky. Oh, this is great! Higher, Luna! Let's fly higher! Seeing Sunshine's happiness, the black fairy was enraged.
Calm down, your majesty. You are very strong.
Even when the black fairy was a little fairy, she used to harm and hurt other good fairies. She would throw mud on one of them and make fun of the other's hair.
Your hair is so ugly, it looks like deer antlers.
One day, when she damaged the wings of Fairy Hyacinth with an evil spell, Fairy Hyacinth went immediately to the king and complained about the black fairy to him.
That's enough! Soldiers, trap the black fairy in the farthest, quietest, and most desolate part of the forest.
Thus, the black fairy spent her days alone in the depths of the forest. So much so that colorful flowers did not bloom around her. And no animal came to that remote, desolate corner of the forest. Every day, she was looking for ways to get out of the forest. But the forest was like a labyrinth, bringing the black fairy to the same place wherever she walked. One day, when she was wandering alone, sad, a bat suddenly appeared over her head.
You're a fairy, aren't you? What are you doing alone in this desolate part of the forest?
The king imprisoned me here for doing evil to other fairies.
What kind of evils, for example?
The bat was overjoyed when the black fairy talked about the harm she did to the good fairies, because he believed that evil is the greatest power.
If you want to be strong, you are on the right track, fairy. If you accept me as your servant, I will grant you mysterious spells.
Mysterious spells? Like spells that can save me from this situation?
Yes!
The bat handed the black fairy a ring. The moment the black fairy wore the ring, black clouds gathered in the sky, and lightning struck the trees, and laughter echoed from the ring. When the black fairy looked through the ring, she saw how strong and powerful she would be in the future. Thus, she accepted the bat as her servant. Years followed years. The black fairy, thanks to the power of the ring, built a wood-carved castle in that desolate land. And the bat Blackie began to live with her in this castle. When the black fairy saw through her ring the news that the king and queen had a child, she was furious that she was not invited to the kingdom like the other good fairies. That day, she made a promise to herself that she would not fail to do all kinds of evil to the princess. Blackie, I want to make the princess regret opening her eyes.
I have a plan in mind, Your Majesty.
Blackie explained the plan he had in mind to the Black Fairy in all its details. When the sun disappeared and the stars filled the sky, the Black Fairy appeared in Sunshine's dream with the power of her ring.
Wake up now, Princess. All the birds are waiting to be rescued. You must help them.
What? How? What happened to the birds? The Black Fairy explained that all the birds in the sky were affected by an evil spell, and that they could not fly because they were surrounded by dry branches.
Only you can save them. Come on, wake up and run into the forest.
Sunshine woke up in fear at night. She set out to save the birds without telling anyone. When she arrived in the forest, she indeed saw the birds spellbound on the dry branches of a huge tree. She was about to try to climb the tree when the Black Fairy appeared out of the mists.
You're the fairy in my dreams! Did you do this to the birds? But why? If you don't go into the hollow of the tree, the birds will never sing or fly again.
Sunshine agreed to enter the tree to save the birds. But as soon as she entered the hollow, the branches of the tree grew and imprisoned the princess inside.
Oh, Black Fairy, I did what you asked. Free the birds now. Birds? Oh, what birds?
At that moment, the birds in the branches of the tree disappeared in a second.
You see, neither birds nor other animals can come to this desolate forest, Princess. They were all scams. Only you will stay here forever, alone.
Sunshine did not know what to do in the face of the Black Fairy's treacherous trap. Although she tried very hard, she could not free herself from the branches. When morning came, the prince, who could not find Sunshine anywhere, was very fussy. Seeing him in this state, the white horse Luna came to him.
Jump on my back. We can find Sunshine by following her scent.
Luna flew into the mysterious forest with her majestic wings. When she realized that she had smelt the princess, she immediately landed on the ground. But the silence and darkness in the forest scared them a lot. A little further on, they saw Sunshine trapped in the hollow of a tree.
Sunshine! My princess! Don't worry, we'll save you!
My prince! Oh, and Luna!
Luna spread her colorful wings and sprinkled magic dust all over the tree. Dry branches broke off one by one and fell to the ground. Thus, Sunshine escaped from the hollow in which she was trapped.
Oh, I thought I'd never get out of here. Thank you so much.
The prince and princess returned to the kingdom with Luna. Both Sunshine and the prince knew that the real power was never in evil, but in love and friendship. The Black Fairy, on the other hand, never admitted defeat. She was still chasing new plans to disrupt love and friendship.
Adisebaba.